You're watching HacknDash, and this is your dose of Switch 2 news for this week. For game releases this week, we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. And just a reminder that this game doesn't come on a cartridge, it doesn't come on a keycard, and it doesn't even come in a Switch 2 case. This game's physical release is a code-in-a-box release in a clear case, not a red Switch 2 case. Reviews are fairly positive, with the game nabbing an 83 Metacritic score for the PS5 version of the game. I would recommend watching SwitchUp's review of the game, as they go over both the Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions, and what you can expect from each. There wasn't an episode of Switch 2 news last week, as there wasn't enough news to justify a video, but on July 3rd, Arcade Archives 2 Air Combat 22 released. Nintendo Life gave it a 7 out of 10. Now let's get into the news. But before I do that, please leave a like and subscribe if you learned something new in this video. The Switch 2 has sold 5 million units. Except, not really? This one was weird, as this number was revealed as part of some testing data, but Nintendo advised this was inaccurate, so it will be interesting to see what the sales actually look like in the coming months. Nintendo is getting sued by a consumer rights watchdog in Brazil. The reason for the lawsuit? The soft bricking I mentioned in the last episode of Switch 2 News. Nintendo apparently has 20 days to respond to the lawsuit, but what happens afterwards if they fail to comply is unclear. There's rumours that 3 additional games will be coming to the Nintendo 64 Classics library. The 3 games rumoured are Forsaken, Donkey Kong 64, and finally, Super Smash Bros. I've never had the chance to play Donkey Kong 64 or the original Smash Bros, so I'm extremely excited for this, and I hope this rumour is legitimate. From January 2026, Nintendo Switch game vouchers will no longer be sold. Any game vouchers bought will remain valid for 12 months after purchase. Switch titles will continue to be added to the game voucher catalogue throughout 2026. So, this sounds like you won't be able to buy these vouchers after January, but in the 12 months you have to use your previously purchased vouchers, newer games will be available for purchase. Think Metroid Prime 4. One unlucky Switch 2 owner has been banned for playing second-hand Switch 1 games. Reddit user DManThey advised that it appeared that these games had been dumped onto a MiG Switch cartridge by the seller, and the seller then went and sold these games off to the subject of this story. There's a happy ending though. After confirming their purchase of the games to Nintendo support, the ban was reversed on their console. Unfortunately, the original post is no longer available, as some heavy-handed Reddit mods removed the post for their usual idiotic rules. But you can find a similar post from the original user DManThey on the Switch subreddit, just with less detail than their original post. And that's it for the Switch 2 news this week. I hope you learned something new and have a great week ahead. See ya.